Okay then guys, so since the other day when I posted the video, I've now moved on and unlocked the flares. Got them at tick 4 because tick 3 is just a little bit too short, but tick 4 actually works really well. You don't want it much longer, you want it to time out. In some circumstances you want the flare to run out quicker than what it would do if it was a max level flare. So tick 4 is best for that reason. Tech tree then is more or less the same as what it was the other day. Still got tick 4 shocks, still tick 3 boom mines and building damage, and tick 3 flamethrowers. That's about as much as I've done since the last video, but obviously because I've unlocked the flares, the attack meta has changed. So let's jump in and I'll show you how I'm heavy rushing. Okay guys, so this guy's got all of his ERs at the back, and as you can see I'm landing 2 boats of heavies first, letting them take a few tiles lead and then landing the rest. Now those first couple of boats are literally just there to clear the mines, and once they get up closer to the defences where they're going to start targeting stuff, that's when you send your flare to the ER. And then obviously the lead heavies will then clear any mines for you, leaving the bulk of the heavies in behind to get the ERs down nice and quick, flaring onto the next ER, sending that flare just before the ER you're on pops, so that there's no sort of standing around for a second while you wait for the flare to land. Okay, so this guy's got one of his ERs down the bottom and the other 2 are up the back there, and as you can see he's got all of his boom mines along the path that the heavies are going to take. So this is why I was saying about the tick 4 flare being important, because you can do, you could drop a few boats down for the bottom ER and then send that flare straight away. And then whilst that flare is timing down and the heavies are on their way, you can then drop your couple of boats there that are going to be the sacrifice for the mines. And the way it plays out is that flare times out just as the heavies get to it. Then this second boat, the 2 boats of heavies that you dropped, then walk off towards the top or in towards a defense somewhere, so that when you send your flare up top, these heavies are the ones that are way out front catching all the mines for you, leaving the path clear for the bulk of the heavies to come through safely away from the mines. So yeah, that's why you want only tick 4 flare. Of course, if you're not keen on doing the whole split drops and timing the flares and all that kind of stuff, the other option you've got is you can just drop 2 or 3 boats down this right side for this far right ER, and then just as the heavies are getting there, you can land the rest of your boats over on the far left, and then you can send another flare up to the far left side. You're going to lose that first couple of boats you put down, but you can use your flares then to guide heavies around all of the mines when they've got a safe passage there over to the left. It does take a little bit longer, but you will definitely take less losses. If you're not playing with instant training, this is a good option for you guys. Okay guys, if you find yourself getting hit with heavy rush quite a lot, I found this layout is particularly nasty for heavy rush. It's quite clever in its design, because if you come at it with all heavies, they're going to hit all of these mines on the way to this ER and take a fair amount of damage. So you need to drop at least 3 boats if you want to get this ER with heavies. And then up the top here, you can see he's placed this ER in the corner here. And that's because if you come at it with heavy rifles and farm all this stuff and come for this ER, the first thing the troops are going to target is this ER, so they're going to come around the corner ignoring all of this and coming straight to the ER. And as you can see, he's got his boom mines and that all placed here, so you're going to fizzle before you get to that one. If you haven't got flares, of course. But even if you do have flares and you come at this with a few boats of heavies and then try and come around the outside, like I showed you just now, when you come into these ERs, you're going to smash through all of these machine guns, cannons, and then finally the flamethrowers as well. And yeah, it doesn't go well. So I'll show you my attack against this guy. I come at it with the 3 heavies, putting the shock down there, and as you can see, we lost most of those heavies. And then I come up around the outside, and I come in and I took a beating with the boom mines, the machine guns, and the 2 flamethrowers there just finished me off at the ends. Didn't get that last ER, so that layout there is pretty good at countering the heavies for sure. This is the layout that I'm using. This is I'm trying to counter the guys with no flares, as well as a little bit of heavy rush. This ER down here is basically a freebie, but if you haven't got flares, you're going to eat all of these mines on the way around. And once this ER and the mortar goes down, the first thing they're going to target is this sniper tower. Now, as you can see, they're going to hit all the mines on the way around, and then I've got a nice big patch of boom mines there just to finish off any troops as they come for the sniper. But for the heavy rush guys, I've put my flamethrowers here because I want them taking as much damage as they can. If they come up through the mines, they're going to eat the mines and the flamethrowers. But if they decide to come up on the left side, they're going to eat the flamethrowers as well. So either way, they're going to be taking damage on the way up. And then between the 2 ERs, I've got a few more boom mines and the flamethrowers and machine guns, in the hopes that they fizzle between one and the other. So it does work pretty well. Alright, and guys, one more thing before I sign off. I'd like to get your opinion on something. If you wouldn't mind commenting below, let us know what you think of this. Myself, OpDestroy, Zedmot and the Chicken were chatting yesterday, and OpDestroy came up with an interesting idea that Supercell should or could, or maybe, hopefully, let the community get involved in designing and creating the tech tree and deck layouts and stuff for future seasons. Hopefully, it would definitely help avoid the situation where new players like this season are forced to play with cryos only, with not having enough keys for rifles and stuff. It has really sucked for those guys. Having the tech tree and stuff planned out in advance with input from people who actually play and understand the game's mechanics and how the meta evolves and develops over time. I personally think it's a great idea. I think that could lead to much more interesting and much more diverse seasons in the future. But yeah, I'm interested in knowing what you guys think of that. So let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you not like that idea? What do you think? What do you think Warships needs to improve? Let us know in the comments, and I'll be sure to pass on ideas that are constructive, and I'll pass them on to Supercell. And yeah, let's see if we can get something happening with future seasons. So that's it, guys. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.